Hopefully. All right. Well, welcome to the live Q&A for today. My name's Alex. If you guys don't know who I am, I own House Shaves Barbershop. We've done millions of dollars in revenue, and I do these calls for free just to help you guys out. So if you're joining this call for the first time, welcome. I've been testing a new format the last couple times where I just kind of present something that I think will help you. I usually record it as a separate YouTube video, and then I do some Q&A questions at the end. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat. I'll answer them at the end of this call. I'm going to do a quick presentation for y'all, something that I think will help. If you guys want to see my full screen, if you're watching on Instagram, hop over to my YouTube channel. The link should be in my bio wherever you're watching this. It's Alex J the Barber on YouTube, because I'm going to be doing a screen share. And if you're watching on Instagram, you're only going to be able to see like this vertical section of my screen. So make sure to hop on over to YouTube while I'm doing the YouTube video recording. And then at the end, I'll have some time for some Q&A questions. If you guys have any questions, I will happy to help you guys out there. I'm going to try to keep it a shorter call today. But I wanted to talk to you guys today about reasons why you should have a website. I think everybody should have a website. If you don't have one, then you're definitely going to want to watch this call, because I think I'm going to convince you by the end of this call why you need to have a website. And you guys don't have to actually see my screen. You could just listen and watch on Instagram. But if you want to see what I'm talking about, I might share some of the website analytics from behind the scenes, things that only you can see if you're watching, or you can watch the recording on YouTube. Like, it doesn't matter to me, whatever you guys want to do. But I'm just going to be sharing my screen throughout this call, and basically what I'm going to talk about is the reasons why I think you should have a website for your barbershop, or even if you're just a barber, like you work for somebody else, definitely should still have a website, right? Especially because nowadays it's so inexpensive and easy to make a website that I think you're really far behind if you don't have a website. So don't feel bad if you don't have one, but after watching this video, you should have no excuse. You should start working on getting a website ASAP. All right, so I'm gonna start the recording soon. Let's see, one second. How do I share my screen again? It's been a little while since I used this. Here we go. All right. And then I'm going to start sharing my screen now, guys. So if you want to see the full screen, hop on over to YouTube and you'll be able to get the full experience from there. So so this is what I'm going to talk about today. The top reasons that I think you should have a website for your barbershop, or even if you're just a barber that works for somebody else. And they're in no particular order. I just kind of put it on this list as I thought about these things. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for you guys to see. But the first thing is you can make money from your website. So you can actually, and if I'll show you my website, and I tried to tastefully do this, but there's no ads here on the home screen. And actually most of our pages that we send our clients to don't have ads. But if you go to some random part of our website, like our blog, right, which we'll get into the benefits of having a blog in a second. But as you can see now, ads start to pop up, right? And this is just basically just free money, right? So I figured out how to run Google ads. It's called Google AdSense. So if you have a website, you can actually apply to be part of the Google AdSense program, I think. I don't know if that's actually what it's called, but whatever this is, right? When somebody clicks on an ad on our website, we actually get paid for that. And it's basically free money, and we generate, thousands and thousands of visitors to our website every single month. And some of them are clicking on these ads, and because a lot of people that go to your website might not even be people that live in your area. So my mindset was try to monetize some of that basically wasted traffic. People are never going to come into your shop anyways. And especially if you have a blog, right? Because a lot of people are going to our website just to read a blog. And a lot of these people are never going to come in and get a haircut. But since they're there, we can try to get some money from them a different way in the sense of monetizing it through ads. So that's one of the ways you can make money from your website. You can also sell, it's supposed to say sell. You can sell merch. So on our website, you can go here to the, and this is houseofshaves.com, right? If you want to see my actual barbershop's website, it's just houseofshaves, like the name up here, .com. And if you go to where it says merchandise, people can buy merchandise from our website. So that's another way that you can make money. And this is actually, I have a print on demand service called Printful. It's down here. If you're interested in that, you can learn more about that there. But basically, I don't have a shit ton of shirts and everything just sitting around waiting for people to buy them. So this stuff doesn't get made unless somebody buys it. So I basically have zero inventory, and that's way more expensive of a way to do it. But if you're not selling a lot of merchandise, like in our case, we don't sell a lot, so I don't want to be sitting around ordering a bunch of inventory, waiting for people to buy it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this print on demand service for now. And then, so it only gets printed and I only get charged when somebody actually buys something. So I think that's pretty cool. So that's another way that you can use your website to monetize. You can monetize your website, right? You can also sell products to your website. So we don't actually do that at the moment, just because I feel like it's a pain in the ass. It would be a pain in the ass to like box things up, right? Because I don't actually know of any vendors or product people that do basically what these guys do, which is, we don't have to buy it up front. That's the way a lot of product companies work. You have to buy it up front. The inventory fucking sits there until it collects dust until somebody comes along and buys it, right? I think that sucks. It's a stupid model. It's outdated, right? So if there's a company in the future, wink, that is willing to hold the inventory and we sell it through our site, I'd be open to that, right? So that's another way that you can sell or make money through your website. So you can't do any of that stuff that I just said without having a website. And it's not on here, but another thing that you can do is you can use affiliate links, right? So we actually have a section of our website which you go to, because a lot of people ask us, what tools do we use? And I got so tired of answering that question that I actually accidentally stumbled on like an Amazon affiliate program. Now a lot more people know about it now. But it was actually, I found it quite annoying in the beginning, especially when we would post a YouTube video. People would be like, what trimmer is that, whatever. And then I realized you can actually make money by recommending stuff that you already use. So you can apply to the Amazon affiliate program. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. Amazon affiliate program. It's free to join. You do have to get approved, right? But it's pretty simple. And I can, whatever. I'll show you guys my account. I don't care. So let's see. This is not the right one. Switch. Boom. So just last month, once this loads, so we made about $78 just recommending stuff we already use, right? So not a lot, but that covers the cost of some things, right? And it's free. Like it doesn't take any time, right? And as the audience size of our YouTube channel, everything grows, the amount of people visit our website grows, that number is going to continue to increase, right? And that's monthly. That's every single month, and it usually grows. So we actually have a section on our website where this is all the tools that we recommend. There's pictures, and if you click on them, that's going to take you to Amazon, right? And that's our affiliate link. So if somebody buys it, then we get paid for that, right? And this is free. This is a one-time kind of piece of work that you just keeps paying you back over and over again. And if that's one thing that you guys will learn from me, is that I'm a big fan of things that you only do once and you keep getting paid for that forever. So I think a website is definitely like more of an ongoing piece of work for sure. But the hardest part of having a website is just getting started. That's it. Then from there, you make it better. You just like everything, really. You just make it better and you improve it over time. You tweak things. I mean, our website did not, we get a lot of compliments on our website. And I tried to, before I hopped on this call, I tried to find like the original version of our first website, but it's no longer active. But this website that you're looking at, and I'm not a designer, but I designed the entire thing myself. Nobody else has even ever had access to our website. Nobody. Like if I died, like the website would just be like this forever, right? Because nobody else has access to this. But I designed every single picture, button, every piece of text on here, and I used Squarespace to design this entire thing. And I continue to use Squarespace. I don't have an affiliate link for them. That's just what I use. Right? Going back and knowing what I know now, I probably will in the future, end up using WordPress, which is the reason why is because WordPress is one of the most popular sites to build a website, and they have a lot more integrations and plugins. So if you don't have a website right now and you want to build one, I would recommend first build it yourself, right? And then probably build it on WordPress. But I use Squarespace. Squarespace is simple, but I think almost every website builder out there now is pretty easy to use. You can get a basic website up and running in just a few minutes, right? So the second reason I think you want to have a website is this helps you rank in Google, obviously, right? Google wants to, when people are typing into Google, barbershop near me, right? Google has to go search the entire internet and find what they think is going to be the best results for Google, because Google is a business, right? And they want to make their customers happy. People that are searching on Google are their customers, so they want to match what people are looking for with the best results. And one of the best ways to rank higher in Google is to have a website, because that gives Google more information. It tells Google that you are most likely what this person is searching for. So when you have a website, you're more likely to rank higher in Google. And this is called search engine optimization. And when I first started, I did pay somebody for search engine optimization, but they didn't do shit. So I ended up canceling that pretty quick. And I realized that search engine optimization really takes time. It's basically how high you rank up in the Google search results. If you're not ranking on the first page of Google, then you're not getting as many clients as you could be. Now you can get there by paying Google. We run Google ads now, but we've been on the front page of Google for years. And that's because I've been focusing on this. That's one of the main reasons I have a blog, right? Because those keywords that people type into Google, you might actually see that pop up in our blog sometimes. All right, if we go to the blog here, if you see haircuts in Jacksonville, there's a reason why that's popping up right there at the top, right? Haircuts in Jacksonville, that's another keyword. Barbershop in Jacksonville. So I think you get the point now. The website is super important to have, and this is probably the biggest reason, one of the biggest, besides just people nowadays too. I don't know if it's on here, but maybe this one. If it makes you look like a real business, like if you don't have a website, don't use like a Facebook page for your website or your booking page. Like have a real website. It looks a lot more professional. Nowadays, clients are a lot more sophisticated. They want to do research on you. They want to know about you. They want to know if you're going to take care of them. And if you have a website, then you're more likely to get that client than a barbershop that doesn't. And I recommend, before I forget, I do recommend you build it yourself. I don't recommend paying somebody to build your website for you, because if you do that, then you're going to be dependent on them. Every time, if you want to change the color of a button, like you got to pay them hundreds of dollars for them to code a special code into the website. Now, if you're a more advanced entrepreneur and you have money and you don't have a lot of time, then sure, go ahead and pay somebody to build it for you. But if you're just getting started and you're bootstrapping your barbershop, you don't have a lot of money, right? I would recommend you build this yourself. Like, it's been a huge advantage for me because I can go in there and I can change things. Like one of the things that I just did this morning is I realized Father's Day is coming up. So I want to start promoting gift cards. So I moved the gift card button of our website from this hidden kind of more menu, which is where I kind of bury stuff that's not super important, but people still might want to know. I moved it from this menu to front and center to one of the top pages. This is a clue right here. Whenever you're looking at my website, these are the things that I want people to see the most. The things that are at the very top, the things that are considered above the fold And I don't want to have more than like 4 or 5 things on here max, right? Anything else, you can go to the more section. And there's even more pages of our website that are kind of hidden that you would have to really dig to find. But it's just one of those things that I just did this morning, that if I didn't build my site myself, I would have to pay somebody to go in there and just, hey, can you move the gift cards page from the more menu to the, no, I'm not gonna do that, right? Now, eventually I'm gonna have to have a whole new website. You know, looks like shit compared to what I really wanted to be able to do. But this website right here has made us millions of dollars, millions, right? And I built it myself. So if I can do it, y'all can definitely figure it out. But I also started this process. I mean, I've had a website since day one. The shop's almost 10 years old. So it's almost 10 years of trial and error of just constantly building and improving this website. So another huge advantage to having a website is that barbers, if you're a barbershop owner, can apply to work with you through the website, and that makes it easier to track applications, because sometimes in the past, barbers have applied to work with us and we literally just like lost their application, right? Because it was just like a paper application that we were busy, so we just kind of put it to the side, and then we literally just like lost it. It wasn't that we weren't like interested in hiring them. It's just that it just got misplaced and we forgot about it, right? So when you have an electronic way of people applying for you, like a website, then people can, apply, and I'll get an email, right, that says this is our careers page. So it's every website to every page of the website is almost like a sales page too. So this is definitely a sales page because I want good barbers to come work for us, right? So this is everything about us. And the idea with this is I'm definitely trying to sell like what a good opportunity is to come work for us, but I'm also trying to repel barbers that aren't going to be a good fit. So we tell them up front, like, this is not a booth rent, right? We tell them, these are the kind of the frequently asked questions. This is kind of a newer thing that I added, but this is the kind of questions that come up during most of our interviews. So I'm like, let me just put that on the careers page so that way people can read it. And if they're not cool with it, then it saves me the trouble of even having to waste my time with the interview. But these are the questions that people ask anyways. So I might as well put that out there. And if they're not cool with it, okay, no problem. But like, people are pretty interested in how the pay works at our shop. So I put that right here. I say you get an hourly rate, plus you get performance bonuses if your sales are good and your client feedback's good. And you can earn commission and everything on top of that. And most full-time barbers that work for us are going to earn somewhere between $50,000 to $75,000 on their first year, right? Some barbers are definitely going to make more than that. Some might make less. I don't know. But most people are usually within that range, easily, right? So we tell them that up front. I'm shifting a lot more now to just being upfront with people because I just don't want to waste their time. I don't want to waste my time, right? But this is absolutely a sales page because I do want to get as many applications as possible, because the more applications I get, the better, the more picky I can be when it comes to hiring barbers. But if you don't have a website, it's going to be tough to do this, right? You're going to have to do this in person, right? Or over the phone. Parking information, another kind of cool thing we've been using our website for, because when we opened our Riverside location, it's kind of in this building where, as you can see here on the screen, it's in an office building, and it's not like a traditional strip mall like our Southside location is, like in this picture. So I realized that people might have a hard time finding us. So I actually added a parking info part of our website where, let's see if I can find it for you. Let's see. Yeah, parking information. So I can actually just send this to people now when they're like, where are you? Where do I park? I'm like, just send them the site. So having a website just ends up saving you so much time and effort, because if you have a barbershop, one of the most common questions that you might get over the phone is, where are you guys located? Well, here you go. Here's our parking information. Here, you even put like how exactly where to park in the garage, how to validate your ticket, all of this is on our website. And again, it was like a one-time piece. It was a lot of work, but it was a one-time piece of work. And people continue to get value out of this over and over and over again. So it's a huge advantage. Another thing, of course, is one of the most common questions we get in the shop is, How much is a haircut? Well, we have a services page on our website because, again, I don't want people to be surprised when they go to get to the checkout after paying for their haircut and they're surprised about how much the haircut is. Some people are still going to be surprised because whatever, I don't know. They just don't have internet or something. But our prices are not a secret, right? They're on our website. Anybody can go on here and look at them. They can see what we charge. They can see what's included with it. And we even have videos of our website. So I don't actually see anybody else doing this, but I realized a few years ago, because we have so much content now on our YouTube channel, we can actually use some of these videos to show people, not just tell them, but show them what's included with a haircut. So not all of our services, but some of them have videos attached to the service themselves, because why not show them? You know, show, don't tell. That's a common saying in the customer service world. But if you have a video that explains how a service works and what's included, include that on your website. And it's even on our booking page. So if some of the services, I'll show you. How about that? Some of the services, you go to any location on our booking site, you can actually, same thing, like what's included with the service, how much it is, how much time does it take. And some of the services have this link right here where if you click on that, that's going to take you to YouTube.
He has a ton of hair.
Right? So it's a no-brainer. And that's another reason why I like YouTube videos, because it's a lot of work, but it's a one-time piece of work that continues to pay you back over and over and over again. And there's multiple ways now that I'm discovering that you can use a YouTube video. So this is just one of the ways that we found. Besides making money off the YouTube videos, we can actually use it to help sell our services. So have a service menu on your website, put what's included, how much it costs, roughly how much time it takes. And then on our website, I'm starting to experiment with this, but we're actually using like subtle clues on our website. Like this, for example, this is a really subtle hint that we offer a membership, right? Because I have the non-member price which is currently $45. It's not always going to be $45, but that's what it currently is. And then we have our member price. So when people see that, the next question they might naturally have is, well, what does a membership include? So I have the button right here, right? So they can go and see and I have this, if people have that idea of, well, that's too much. Well, you can save money by joining our membership program. So one thing I might add in the future here is a little subtle hint to promote some of our products, right? So I'm still working on the behind the scenes kind of stuff, how that might work, but you can use your service menu in other ways besides just to talk about what's included with your service. You can use it to help sell you things, to help make the barber's job easier, right? So we've already started doing that with our membership program. Now we might try to experiment with doing some things that help it make easier to get clients thinking about products while they're booking the appointment, before they even book the appointment, while they're doing research on us, right? So one of the other things that I love having a website for is having a frequently asked questions part of the website. So if you go to our website, you go to the More tab, you go to the frequently asked questions, and this continues to get longer, right? But all of the questions that people ask us over the phone, chances are it's probably on this page, right? And this is just one of those things that is just going to, again, just save you time, because if people go to this page of our website and they find the answer to their question, then that's one less phone call that somebody's going to stop. And, in the barbershop, in our shop at least, we don't have a receptionist. So when somebody calls us, if we're all busy cutting hair, somebody has to stop cutting hair to go answer the phone. And it's usually a question that's already on the website that's been answered, right? So, but we would probably get a lot more phone calls if we didn't have a website and we didn't have a frequently asked question page of our website. So this is the whole reason for this, is to help prevent phone calls, right? We want people to book online. And this is just a one way of doing that. And it's a one-time piece of work. You can also use this for training too, because a lot of the barbers are going to have to know how to answer the questions. Well, here it is. And if the answer changes, then we update the frequently asked questions. But a lot of these answers don't change, right? So you can also start to understand, if you have a website how clients are finding you, which is super, super important, especially if you're trying to do any sort of paid marketing, because not everybody is your client. So if you start to understand who is going to my website and what are they clicking on and what are they interested in, that helps make your marketing a lot more effective. So one of the things that I'm going to try to take you guys behind the scenes here, you guys can start to see an idea of how people are finding us. So most people are going to our website directly, which is kind of weird, houseshaves.com. I think that that's actually a function of being, almost 10 years old now. We're starting to get that brand recognition. People are seeing our ads and seeing us pop up on Google. So eventually, and then of course, repeat clients that are just coming back to book an appointment are just typing in houseshaves.com. But our second most biggest traffic source is Google still. Even though we're spending the majority of our marketing budget on Facebook and Instagram, Google still wins. So I'm still going to, as long as that's true, I'm still going to keep telling you guys, you need to have a website, you need to have it search engine optimized, and you need to be getting reviews and testimonials on Google, because here it is. This is just the last 30 days. Over 2,000 people have gone to our website from Google, right? And that's more than Facebook, well, almost more than Facebook and Instagram combined, and we're paying for that reach, right? So you should absolutely have a website and have a way of looking at the back end so you can actually see where are people coming from. This is another thing, right? So that was kind of a little quick overview, but you can actually see if you want to dive in deeper. So this is how I learned that more people are coming to our website from Pinterest than from YouTube or Yelp even, right? So that made me like, oh shit, we need to put more effort into Pinterest, because we're not even really trying to get people to go to our website from Pinterest, but we're getting a good amount of traffic from Pinterest, and we put way more effort into YouTube. So that was really interesting. So as a barbershop owner, you want to try to identify the things that give you the biggest bang for your buck for the least amount of work. So when I saw this, that a lot of people are coming to our website from Pinterest, and we're putting way more effort into YouTube, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So, and we just reshare the same stuff to Pinterest as we do to all the other platforms. But the cool thing about Pinterest is that you can link back to your website. So anybody that clicks on your picture on Pinterest that you post automatically gets redirected to your website. So very, very powerful. And then, I covered this earlier, but having a website definitely makes you look like a real business, for sure. So nowadays, I don't remember what I pay for my website. Whatever I pay, though, I think maybe it's a few $100s a year, but I do like not the cheapest plan, but I would be willing to bet that you could probably build a website yourself and for less than $100 nowadays. And even if it's more than that, I think it's still worth it, because we get all of these things and probably a lot more that I didn't get a chance to cover on this list for a couple $100s a year, and we're getting, let's see how much, see if I can show you guys how much. Well, just in the last 30 days, right? Or let's go last year. How about that? So last year, 69,000 people came to our website, right? I don't know what other type of marketing where you could spend a couple $100s and get 69,000 people. If you guys know of a way to do that, let me know. But maybe like a free post on social media that just happens to go viral. Yeah, you can definitely do that. But that's also way harder to do, right? For a website, I think pretty easy to get started. You can always make it better and pay somebody to upgrade it over time. But there is basically no reason to have a website. Again, I use Squarespace. This is what I currently use. If you don't have a website, but if I were to go back in the day, I would probably go with WordPress, just because there's more flexibility there. I would recommend you either build it yourself or be heavily involved in the building of it. Even have the person that's building it for you, teach you how to update things, because that way you're not dependent on them. If you just need to change the color of a button, you don't have to pay thousands of dollars, right? So this is just kind of a high level overview of why I think you should have a website. And hopefully by now I've convinced you that it's 100% worth it. I don't have affiliate links for any of this stuff. I'm just telling you guys this because this is the kind of stuff that I wish I knew. And of course, if you want to work with me, I have a free barbershop community, or have a pre-barber community called the Barber Mastermind. You can find a link to that in my bio. And if you're a barbershop owner and you want to help grow your barbershop and get even more than even the stuff that I didn't cover in this video, then I do have a paid group that's exclusively for barbershop owners. The link to that is also in my bio. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and go make yourself a website right now. All right. Let me stop sharing my screen. All right, so I don't know if you guys found that valuable or not, but that was basically like a live YouTube recording. I got a few more minutes. If y'all have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat. I'm gonna switch my screen here. Here we go. Let me just see if there's any questions that came in during that. No? Okay. So I've had my website since 2000 and... Well, I didn't have it like day one. Well, actually, I kind of did, because I took over the shop from the previous owner. They had a real basic website. I took over that, and then I ended up buying a different domain because I didn't keep the name of the shop. And then, yeah, it became what it did. And I just started over time, right? And there's actually there's actually a lot of resources on, I think, things that help you build your website. There's one called it's somewhere back there. Oh, I think it might be this one, the one-page marketing plan. No, but this is a really good book if you're into marketing. I don't know, it's back there, but basically do some research, build your website, and then make it better over time. That's basically been my whole process, right? So I don't see any other questions coming in, so I'm going to end the call for today. Hopefully you guys found that valuable. We'll see you in the next call. Thank you.